Hello YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's Flip tour review. This time we're going to be taking a look at something completely and utterly different. You remember I did a video where I talked about Stan from Shadow King, which was like a PS2 game, and we've also got the Snatcher from Hat in Time. Both of these two Halloween themed toys look amazing. And I have to say, I feel like I've got 7 Halloween themed products to go before the 31st of October. And yes, that video was pretty much terrible, right, wasn't it, eh? Fool! You totally screwed it! Sorry, that was my face shown in this video, in fact. Oh, I shouldn't do that again, eh? Oh my goodness me. Oh my god. What did my friend tell me about not doing impressions of it? Oh god. Oh well. Oh well. Let's just go ahead and... I don't know why I've said oh well twice, eh? Hopefully this video won't be as rough and ready as usual, I'd say, eh? Let me just grab the webcam here because we've got a Flip Origami Flapping Bird British Wildlife Collection toy. It's on the theme of Geese. As I move the chair away. I don't know why, but I've got a funny feeling that my freaking office chair is blocking my way here. Okay, so, it's basically, yes, once again, it's of course a, hold it like so, Flip Origami Flapping Birds British Wildlife Collection, Realistic Wild Greylag Goose Migrational Flock. Also it says Geese here. Actually it has got the letter V on it, Migrational V Flock. Makes sense that geese travel in a bit of a V shape, obviously. V Flock 12 pack. And it costs about £12 or £11.99. Now, I would have never thought that this product would be this cheap compared to the goals I did there. You know the Vega Seagulls I did in a previous video, which cost about £13.95. Why is this so cheap? Anyways, there's the back of the packaging here. Looks quite interesting and blah blah. I got a funny feeling at the time of making this video, obviously we're in October, and strangely enough, as the temperature is starting to condense, well, in fact, we're starting to get some warmth in October, still, but what we've actually had recently was that we actually had a bit of a minor invasion of Harlequin ladybirds, a small invasion of ladybirds, or ladybugs that you get in this country, eh? We're getting like Harlequin ladybirds there, getting ready to hibernate or to roost in our warm buildings and whatnot, eh? They can be a real pest. Some of them can bite you. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the Greylag Geese. Okay, flapping the wings like so. And it looks like nothing much has changed. But I definitely say the real change actually is... yes, I know the tail is a bit different there, of course. So it looks a lot more... blacker with that, I would just say it, triangular wedge. Looks more like a right angle triangle whenever I think about this design, of course, eh? Going by the looks of it, eh? And, yes, the wings are a lot more whiter. Looks a bit like a seagull sort of wing, eh? We're going by that big black wingtip and also the whiteness as well. But it is a Greylag Goose, okay? Noticing it also has an orange eye ring there and also has like a brown eye to make them a lot more realistic. It's quite funny, I've never made products involving of Greylag, you know, I actually haven't done Greylag Geese products for quite a while, eh? Sorry for my sloppy talking, but let's just hope it won't be the worst of the worst. But speaking of worst of the worst, the reason why I think it's so cheap, the eye detailing, it's nowhere near the refinement that you would find in previous products, which in a sense is a bit disappointing. I mean... the bird looks good, eh? The model looks great. Even the tail detailing looks good. And I mean, there's not much, you know, not enough of all that ink detailing on it there, because obviously, yeah, it's the pen, the felt tip pen must have been running out though. Obviously, it's those restrictions that the felt tip can only do there at the moment, I'm afraid, eh? But sadly, as you can see, some of the eye detailing has actually gone a bit off. Where it's meant to be round and perfect, like this side here, but on the other side, it just looks like a complete abomination. It looks like it's gone a little bit sloppy though, but yet again, that's just me interpreting on how a Greylag Geese, or goose, should be. Or, you know, a flock of Greylag Geese, obviously, eh? as I'm collecting it, as I'm pretty, you know, quite concerned of, you know, a bit of sloppiness can make this a bit of a fault or something. Maybe I should try and make a batch of that item there, eh? This product. Okay, so I might try and, maybe I could do that in the future, eh? But I've only got 2 months left though, because obviously for me, eh? We're coming up towards Christmas time as well, eh? Let's not forget. And once Christmas time hits, and after that, then comes the new year. And you know what that also means? No more Generation 125, okay? We're gonna go towards Generation 126. And, yes, it's gone with the old generation. Bring in the new, like the Happy New Year does. And it's gone around 10 o'clock. As strange as this sounds. And funnily enough, COVID-19 must have hurt, you know, it must have hammered everything though. And made this year quite tough though. Didn't expect a bit of overspraying, a bit of orangey, reddy, sort of, it's like they've got a bit of overspraying, a bit of terracotta red, reddish orange, I don't know. Maybe reddish brown. And what's quite strange is there's a bit of overspraying, maybe it come from, I'm pretty sure it might be from the citrus fruit. Possibly orange. Might be orange juice though, maybe a bit of smoothies though, maybe a bit of an innocent smoothie, I guess. Yeah, it's not the worst of all of that product, say, really. I wouldn't say it's that bad, really. I mean, the ID tunneling is, it is bad, but not as bad as I would actually think. I mean, it's like someone who tries to animate it from the CDI games. The Philips CDI games. Whoever thought of that idea was an abomination as well. I mean, that was an abomination back in my heydays though, before I was actually born, I suppose. But, overall though, I mean, how could you say about these eyes from these geese? They're actually not too bad. I mean, they are bad, but not as bad as I would actually think. But yet again, it looks it's quite an okay sort of good model though. I mean, the wings look good though. In fact, they all almost look pretty realistic by the looks of them, of course. And for the fact that the detailing looks very nice though. And yes, as we all know, the Greylag Goose is your archetypal farmyard goose, of course. It's in its natural colouring of grey and white, but also black mashed up together anyway, with the wings and also the tail ends here as well. And also orange as well, for the fact that the beak looks like that this goose has got a carrot on its head. It actually looks like it's stuck towards its head. What a coincidence there. Well, not a proper coincidence, but funny to know, I suppose, eh? And good to know as well, as respectful as I can say in this video. And strange enough, yeah, it's actually not that bad though. I mean, obviously, I mean, just because the ID tunneling is bad though, doesn't exactly mean it's a bad product though. Yeah, the ID tunneling is a bit sloppy though, but overall the product, in the way it's been designed, it's good though. In a sense that, you know, the flapping action works, the neck detailing is good, and also the carrot beak though, whenever you think of it though, is also very appropriate as well. And I mean, that's really nice to see. I mean, overall though, I would have thought that the Greylag Goose would have been more heavier than what I actually expect. But I definitely say it's quite a light looking waterfowl, I suppose, eh? Maybe I think I'll try and do I think I've done Canadian geese before, eh? Or Canada Goose, whatever I'm going to call it, eh? In fact, I was about to say Canada Goose though, but those are the Greylags. And most importantly, they've also got the name Greylag Goose. Obviously, as you know, applying to all models that say the word goose. And they're not geese, obviously it makes total sense there, because they're individual models of the same bird. And you know what? It looks pretty fantastic, eh? Maybe I should do a product with domestic geese, or maybe a mixed flock of both Greylag geese and Canadian geese. How about that one, eh? As a bit of a future investment. That will take like over 12 days though to produce, I suppose, and that will be, you know, extremely hard, and also very hard to make this sort of a bit of a successful sort of product I can make for, I suppose, eh? Very hard stuff indeed. Anyways, without struggling like a goose in his toy view, as loose as this sounds. What a bit of a rhyme, eh? Yes, I think this Goose product is certainly not one of the blandest. I mean, to me, making products overall though, I would literally think it's quite bland making flip-flap products that involve on Greylag Geese, but it's not, okay though, so obviously it's actually not that bland doing Greylag Geese. I mean, compared to seagulls, Greylag Geese do have a bit of complexity, like on the wings and all that stuff, which makes it sort of quite interesting to take a look, I suppose, eh? And I actually got a funny feeling to concur with this. I would have never thought that these birds would have been a little bit more intricately designed than what I'd actually expect though. Like, this simplistic design, like I should have added black on the wings, like so, eh? To resemble these guys here. But you know what? I think that's it in this video, eh? So, if you really enjoyed this video, eh? Please give this video a like without being too sloppy like I did in the other video, eh? Unlike, obviously, eh? In the previous video that I did, which talked about the Snatcher and Stan, which are those two idiots over there. Sit up there and just look at me. You purple little ghostly thing, even though you're basically a shadow and not a ghost. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, of course, without saying anything too sloppy, otherwise I feel like there'll be a great big zombie-ization on YouTube. And speaking of the word zombie-ization, before I should actually end this video, sadly, I think whenever I think of YouTube these days, there's been lots of YouTubers who have been suffering from this zombie-ization that has been going around for years and years or so on, and I think whenever a person says anything negative on a YouTube channel, I think whenever you speak to a a company like either Flip-Flap or Dyson, I definitely say whenever you speak something negative, the company just, it just gets turned off and it just simply closes for you, and it doesn't get any free stuff for you as well. That's my personal thing though, but yet again, it's also a fact as well. Both opinion and fact, but yet again, the audience will have their final say. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope this video actually performs so much better compared to yesterday though, on Wednesday, because Wednesday was a bit of a mess. Okay, thank you so much for watching, once again, and bye for now. Okay, bye again too.